I filed for Social Security at 62. The other exciting thing that happens for a nomad when you're 62 is you qualify for like $90 online for a America the Beautiful Senior Pass for lifetime. Well, why is that a big deal? Because all these parks, the ones that are still managed by the parks, United States Park Service, are half off. You get half price. And the prices are already good to begin with. You get half off of that. And it was great. So I had weighed the pluses and minuses of all the different types of rigs, and I decided what's going to work best for me is going to be a small bumper pull trailer. And I chose a truck that was had far more towing capacity than I needed. And a year later, I am very happy with the decision that I made. One exception. I wish I had bought a bigger truck. A 250, an F250, or ideally an F350, or even a 450. Why, Rob, would you do that? If you're saying that you had way more towing capacity, here's the reason. Versatility. If I had spent the money up front on a really good truck, I could have down the road, if I decided to get a fifth wheel, I'd be ready for a fifth wheel. I'm talking like my dream truck. I don't know what my dream truck is. A F450 Platinum Dually. The 2023. So if anybody is listening to this and you're like insanely rich and you want to buy something for a stranger on a whim that costs $118,000, you can get a 2023 Platinum F450 for me, and I'd be very happy. And you can't really give it to me because I'd have to pay taxes on it. So what you do is let me lease it from you for $1 a year. That would be good. Anyway. So I could also get any size truck camper I wanted. If I wanted to do that, I would have more options. I'm never going to I'm driving in the F-150 now. Don't get me wrong, I love my truck. But I'm never going to put other than a super ultra featherweight camper in the bed. And I'm not going to live in one of those. So I can't use it for a truck camper. I can't pull anything bigger than about 7,000 pounds safely, maybe 8,000 on the outside. So I didn't know back then, and so I didn't look into how much more it would have cost. Or anyway, that's one regret that I have, that I didn't start out with a bigger truck. And as far as the rig, though, the Winnebago, I got lucky. It was not genius. I like, Traveling Robert has a YouTube page, and he has been through, I think, 3 iterations of Micro Minis, and I watched a lot of his videos, and I really liked what he had to say about the Micro Mini, and I customized the inside of mine, and I'll show you a picture right up here where you can see what I've done there. Is I pulled where that recliner is and the desk. That was a dinette, which to me was uncomfortable. It was worthless. I'm alone. It's not really important for me to have a table to sit at to eat. I spend my time either at my desk there doing sessions or surfing the internet, or in my chair watching TV, or on my phone, or even it's good to take it works to take a nap in. So if you haven't noticed, I have arrived in Parker, and I've been talking, so I missed the turn for the Walmart. So I need to make a turn here. I need to really pay attention to what I'm doing. So, and what I want to do is go to the Walmart. And one of the things I'm doing at Walmart is I'm picking up medications, my prescription for high blood pressure, and it's I take what they used to call a water pill. It's a diuretic, and it controls my blood pressure very nicely. But the other thing I'm doing is I'm getting my second shingles vaccine. I had heard enough about the horrors of getting shingles when you're over 60 to motivate myself to get the vaccine. So it's 2 in a series, and I got the first one in October, and I'm due for the second one, and hopefully they'll give me my second insurance paid for it 100%. I also are fully up to date on all my COVID vaccines, and vaccine haters, don't bother commenting. I don't care. It's my personal choice, and I've been around lots of people with COVID in my professional life. I've been in ERs a lot and out in the community and working in a clinic, and I haven't gotten COVID, and I choose to believe it's because I've been vaccinated. Okay, we're going to sneak through the yellow light here. You can see in Parker, there's a lot more stuff in Parker than there is in good old Quartzsite, including a kind of a Walmart supercenter, and across from that there's a Safeway, and there's a Home Depot, and all sorts of other businesses you may want to go to get things that you can't easily get in Quartzsite. So I lost my train of thought, which is probably okay, because I'm gonna pull into Walmart up here pretty quickly and run in and take care of my little business, and then I'll be headed back, and I can hopefully remember where I left off. I don't know how I got talking about vaccines and things. But yeah, what I was talking about was the first regret I really had was not getting a bigger truck, and that's not a big deal. Now, expenses, I really focused a lot of it on expenses, and I was pretty conservative, and I think I put in the budget there an average of like $400 or $500 a month. $400 or $500 a month for RV parks. So kind of the worst case scenario, I decided I wanted to, full-time live in RV parks. There's like Arizona and Nevada, you can easily find nice places to stay full-time for $500 a month. And there was the place that I stayed to get my residency was, I would call it a luxury RV resort, and it's called Nevada Treasure. They had, like a 2-level pool, and there's actually a bowling alley. Bowling alley never works, but there's a bowling alley there. Just a really beautiful place. And my spot was $450 a month plus utilities, and I think my electric during a really hot month was like $70. So there's $525 in a luxury resort in a place I really liked. So, but what I discovered was that I really didn't need that much in the budget for 2 reasons. One is I made a big decision about how I was going to spend my summers, or at least my first one, is I decided I was going to be a volunteer camp host. What does that mean? That means my goal was to be in a national park, because national parks have camp hosts. They give you a free site for the whole summer in exchange for between 20 and 30 hours of work as a camp host, checking campers in, things like maybe cleaning bathrooms, cleaning campsites, that kind of just manual labor. So I figured, hey, that'll give me a free place to stay in a beautiful place. It'll keep me exercising and healthy, And I'll do one of the things I really love doing. I love meeting new people and greeting people, being around them, being the host. I love doing that. So that means I wouldn't have to worry about spending a dime on RV parks or anything else. And then in the winter, I decided I love the desert. I love Quartzsite. And the long-term visitor areas, you can buy a pass for $180 that you can go to any one of, I think it's 5 LTVAs in southwestern Arizona and Southern California. $180. You can move from one to the other. And it's from like September 15th to April 15th. My whole winter. $180. $0 for the camp hosting. And, I said BLM land and stuff, you can stay for 14 days, move 30 miles away. But you're really, technically, if you want to get technical with BLM rules, you have to be recreationally camping. If you're living full-time and moving, the argument could be made that that's not the intent of camping areas on BLM land. And even though you're following the rules and staying 14 days and then moving, if someone in the BLM has reason to believe that you're not recreational camping, you're actually living, but you're moving, I think they could say that's not okay. I've never heard about that happening to anyone, but I do know it's 100% legal and okay to stay from in one place in an LTVA or move around in the LTVAs with a season pass. That's legal. And certainly if you're a camp host, it's legal. So my first camp hosting experience, I'm going to go into Walmart, and when I come back out, I'll finish that story.